Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to make John Collins' famous paper airplane Boomerang. So this video is not meant to replace his video in any way. This video is after you tried his and it didn't work. I'm going to include a lot more descriptions, going to make it a lot less arbitrary, hopefully make it a little bit more consistent as well. And so my video is meant to help you after you tried his and didn't work. So please show him some love, check out his channel, give him a like, subscribe. He's a great guy, awesome content as well. So check this video out first and then come over here. Still not working out. And so it's going to be part 1 of how to make it. Part 2 is going to be how to throw it. So 2 different parts. It's a little bit of a trick with some techniques to help you out as well. And so let's get started. So first of all, we have our legal letter size paper here. We're going to first go ahead and fold this in half. Like so. So fold it in half. And then we're going to pinch the top. And then, well, just make sure it's nice and symmetric basically. We want it to be nice and symmetric, going all the way down. Alright, looking good. And so using a tool like a pen usually is pretty helpful as well, but for making the video nice and simple, I'm not going to use one. But this is helpful because the moisture in your finger and your hands tends to warp the paper, makes it not work as well. So I recommend using some kind of tool to help you out whenever you can. And so I'm using my hands for now though, it's still going to work. And so now we're trying to find 1/4 on the folded edge. So we fold it in half first of all. Our open end here. We're going to go to the folded corner, we're going to fold it in half and only crease it. So fold it in half and crease the corner like so. That's we're going to fold it in half again to get ourselves 1/4. There we go, 1/4 mark. And so now then go ahead and fold from 1/4 from the folded end to the open end. So it's going to be a crease that goes like this. Alright, I'm going to first take this 1/4 corner, press it down, and then grab the flap here and gently just pull it. Keep on pulling until the edge goes nice and straight like so. There we go. So 1/4 to the corner, looking good. I'm going to go ahead and open this flap up and squash it. And then making sure it stays nice and symmetric, so the crease in the center goes all the way down, edge here, to make 2 equal parts. I'm going to take this and fold this flap back like this so it stays nice and symmetric. There we go. So far so good. Now we're going to go ahead and take one of our corners. It's a little weird. We are going to fold this over itself like this. We're going to fold it over to the corner, but then leave a little bit of space here, so not all the way to the end. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to take this and fold this back and leave some space. So if you have it going upward like this, it's wrong, or too low like this. You want it to be right lined up along the top with a little bit of space at the end as well. You have that, go ahead and crease it down. There you go. So now we're going to make sure the other side is symmetric as well. So we're going to have to use our eyes to mark it. Go ahead and visually watch to make sure it is nice and lined up. When you have that, only crease the corner, don't press down, just crease it, leave it alone, and then come back over to make sure it's nice and straight. Remember, if it's too low, it's off. If it's too high, it's off. It needs to be nice and straight along the back there. When you have that, go ahead and crease it down. And you can see doing that, following those steps, it stays pretty symmetric as well. And so it's nice and helpful trick to help you out. And so we're now going to do a bit of a weird fold. This is probably the hardest fold to do in this whole airplane. We're going to take this and find one of your corners here. So we have our crease we just did. We're going to find a corner, find a pointy end here, and we're going to squeeze together and make it like a taco. I call this the taco fold. I don't know what it's really called. I call it a taco fold. We're going to click together like this, like a taco. And so that means our beef and lettuce and whatever goes in here. So this is our taco being made. So that means this crease here is going to actually extend all the way down to this back here. So we're going to have these 2 pieces come together to be 2 equal parts. All right, we're going to take this and just pull this up. We have our taco starting here. Just keep on going, pull it up, and have it be nice and symmetric and lined up nice and straight. So you can see it. There you go. And make sure you also crease all the way to the back. Gotta go all the way as far as you can. Crease it nice and firmly. It makes the next step really easy as well. And so you can see it's nice and straight, nice and lined up, just like we want. Take this now, I'm going to take this back. See my finger, I kind of rolled it back a bit, just a little bit rolled. Roll it back, go ahead and just tuck it in along the top and keep on going and it should go in pretty easily if you crease it nicely enough. There you go. So now we're going to take this loose flap here. We're going to flatten this down. First of all, making it nice and straight. And after you've done that, make this corner touch this backbone here. Just make it intersect just barely and also be nice and straight. So it looks like this. So it's nice and flat and just touching, and then you can crease it down. There we go. Do it once again. We're gonna take our other side now, we're gonna find a corner. And make our taco once again. So pinch together, make the taco. Once again, our beef and blah blah goes in here. And so we have that, so the crease is gonna extend all the way here. That's where the crease goes. And so we're gonna take this and pull it up and continue our taco to make 2 equal sides like so. There you go. And so once again, you wanna make sure you crease all the way to the end. All right, and then once again, we can roll this back. So I take this here, have our taco, which is right here, right? I'm gonna hold it together, close the taco, take your fingers, roll this back, and tuck it in. Should go in pretty easily. There you go. And so now we're going to take this once again, flatten this out, making sure it's nice and straight first, and then gently guide it to the back so it's just really touching. When you have that, then press it down. There you go. So far so good, looking pretty symmetric, which is awesome. All right, so now we are going to do a fold that goes from this corner to this corner here, so the crease would be along here, like so. And so I'm gonna take this now, I'm gonna just fold it back, kind of gently roll it. You have to make sure you get this corner. This corner is not as important, but this corner is very, very, very important. All right, so I'm gonna roll this back. I'm gonna hold this down here and gently use my fingers to just kind of stroke this until it is right at the corner. There you go. As you can see, I'm pulling it back each time I stroke it. There you go. And so you're going to make sure it gets right to the corner. You can see it is right at the corner. There you go. Pull this over. Pull this back. Making sure the wings overlap. So don't worry about anything. Just make sure the wings just overlap each other. Just visually watching. And then wings overlap. And that means the back once again is also right at the corner. All right, crease it down, and then we're almost done. That was the hardest part, so now it's for the easy stuff. And so now we have this. Going to go ahead and open this up, so not like a book. Don't open it like a book. We're gonna open it inward. It's gotta be concave, so kind of pull it in as you open it so it opens inward, like so. Looks like this, and take it and open it inward, like so. There you go. So when you have that, you're going to making sure the 2 sides come together right on that center crease line here. Take your hands, flatten it out first, and bring it together. Bring the sides together, and then hold it down and use your other hand to flatten it out. Just like that. All right, so we have all that done. Looking good so far. Gonna turn this over. Gonna fold this flap down, so it's gonna be a crease that goes from this corner to this corner. All right, so I'm gonna take this and pull this back, like so, down to the corners, and press it down. Doesn't have to be perfect, it has to be pretty close. All right, and that is pretty close. Nah, that's perfect. Anyway, so I'm gonna take this here, and I'm gonna pull this up like this, and close it. There we go. And so, kind of close it together. So now we are almost done. There's about 4 more folds left for 4 very important folds, most of them at least. And so we have to now do a parallel fold, and it needs to be really parallel to help the plane really turn and help it makes it easier to throw as well. And so to make consistent parallel fold, what you gotta do is find some markers. So our first marker is right here. First marker, we have our 2 triangles. We're gonna take our inner triangle, the corner right here. So this corner 1 of the outer triangle, corner 2 of the inner triangle. So right here, we're gonna take this corner. I'm gonna crease on the corner like so. There we go. So that is our 1 corner. So this one has to be trimmed distance apart. And so luckily for us, this is a factory made paper. So it's pretty straight, it's pretty parallel. So that means as long as this stays straight, we know that we're good, all right? So I'm gonna take this corner, pull this down. I'm going to overshoot it on purpose, like so. So I can see this backbone here. And then gently pull it back till it lines up. If I go over it first, I can't tell how far off I am. So first of all, overshoot it and then gently pull it back and then line up. You gotta make sure you also avoid touching this upper part as well. until you get to it. And so it helps, it warps the paper a bit. Make sure you try to touch it as low as possible. I touched it a little bit to show you guys, but you want to avoid touching this top part because it kind of affects the plane a bit. And so you have that. I'm going to turn it over. Once again, this is easy. Just make the wings overlap. I'm going to pull this up and make sure they overlap. There we go. And then press it down. So once again, avoid touching this top part here. Ooh. All right. So now we are going to find this corner, take this here, and fold this corner, but leave a little bit of space, so don't go past this flap over here. So fold this up like so. There you go. Turn it over, make the wings match. There we go, we're almost done now. So that's the easy part, how to make it. It's pretty consistent. Only like 2 or 4 arbitrary folds makes it pretty easy to repeat. And so next is to get the wings to be the right shape. So this is wrong, of course. I'm make it to be slightly opening upward when you hold it together like this. And so this, there we go, just like that. Then you're gonna raise the flaps at the side. It's better to be more acute than obtuse. So I'm gonna keep it close inward. The further out it is, it helps it not turn if it's too wide open. Anyway, that's a different story. And so far so good, looks pretty good. And now part 2 is how to throw it, so stay tuned.